Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
So, guys, as always, please do subscribe to both channels, Evolutionary Energy Arts, with the little bell clicked, and also over on EEARTS to get all the videos. Again, we try to put more news-orientated stuff on the evolutionary side, things that we feel will help as far as what we're going to cover today, which is pet-oriented. And also, uncovering the mysteries and the spiritual side of things. You know, it's always the case. We see that good, solid information, like the last video we did over on EEARTS, seeing this reality through the eyes of the Creator, when there's the channeled messages that go through, they really clamp down on them. And we've noticed that with other real legitimate sources for channeled info, that they get just boom clamped down. And that again is because we're in this matrix, and if we know we're in the matrix and we start to take control, because we are co-creators with God with the big G and source with the big S, then that just ruins the plans of the powers that be.
Oh, they absolutely cannot have that, will not have that. And that's why there's so many control mechanisms when it comes to getting information out to people. I don't think it's very advantageous if people understand they can heal themselves. They can heal themselves of anything and everything that's out there. There's no money in that.
No, absolutely. And money equals control. So one of the things that we've run into throughout time has been, pest issues. And so what do we do when we have pest issues? Well, we always go the natural route first. And so I just wanted to share with you guys borax. Borax and boric acid. Boric acid is just a little more intense version, basically, of borax. Borax has a lot of uses.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of uses. And the other substance that we're going to talk about is diatomaceous earth. I mean, another substance that will not really hurt you. Just don't inhale it, obviously. Because what is diatomaceous earth? Well, basically, it's ground up shells, so to speak. But you know what? It's amazingly powerful in many ways. It could help us detox. It could definitely be a weapon against garden pests and against house infestation. Same thing with borax. And, we had a whole bunch of food stored here. And we thought it was okay because it was off the ground, on shelves and things like that. And we did get infestated all of a sudden with all sorts of creepy crawlies. So we used borax and diatomaceous earth, and it really does work. It's stuff that's not going to hurt us. It's not going to hurt the pets. And it is going to get rid of the bugs.
Mm-hmm. And it also detours them too. If it's out there and they can even smell it, they know not to go near it. So insects are very, very smart. So keeping that stuff. Another thing that you can use to powder that they stay away from too is baking soda. So some really super basic stuff, and we can avoid all those real nasty sprays that we are inundated with.
And these are things too that you can buy in bulk, and it almost is like doesn't make any sense not to buy them in bulk. So like I have a couple bags, 25-pound bags of diatomaceous earth. So when we feel like there could be an issue, we go out in the garden and we use it in the garden. We use it around both the house and the outbuilding as well. It's just one of those things, again, you don't want to expose yourself to more toxins that are going to be affecting your immune system. And, oh man, I should have included, maybe I'll dig it up. There was an article that was just insane. We'll talk about it on another video today. How they, again, are letting us know they're poisoning our atmosphere. They poison everything around us. We don't need to add poisons to it. We can do our part to take the poisons away. So I'll have the links here, but both of these things, there's never a time when we won't have them on hand. You just have to. And, you know, I went out yesterday and was looking at, there was peppers out there to pick, and then, the peppers are wilting, and we've had so many people have issues with their pepper and tomato plants out there this year. We had some serious rains come in yesterday, and that was wonderful. But again, all the stuff that's being sprayed in the sky, we don't know what it is. But we hear too many people saying that their gardens are suffering. And isn't that a coincidence? The food supply is suffering everywhere you look. So this is, basically attack on humanity, attack on the whole planet. And yet the stuff that we did put in the greenhouse is doing fabulous. Actually our squashes and watermelons are doing much, much better, but it just seems like a targeted attack on tomatoes. And we've heard that from other big gardening channels, homesteading channels as well. So I just want to share with you guys, and diatomaceous earth can be an amazing thing for, parasites in the body as well. We've talked about that so many times. But we are going to share with you guys some homemade dog super cookies, or whatever you want to call them, bars, bread. I'm going to share with you, this is something that we did yesterday. And so it's in 2 parts. The first part's 19 minutes, second part's 2 minutes. And these are absolutely super wholesome treats that really have enough nutrition to consider them being a meal for the pups. And so we're going to share this with you guys.
Mm-hmm. We're going to share this with you.
Friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family, as you can see, Sita and Rama are just waiting because they know what's happening. They get the bigger picture.
Yes, so they're waiting so patiently, and this is how they wait whenever we're making food. They're so good because they know Mom and Dad is taking care of them.
And Sassy is photobombing.
Yes, she does that very well.
Yes.
Great white pahana.
We're just having a little class with the kids, teaching the kids about source
and density.
Density, yeah.
Yep.
And Sassy, Rama, and Sita are just waiting.
Yes.
So we've shared with you before how we make their food. I've done videos in the past showing how I made Sassy and Zeke's food, and so we're doing that again. I just don't trust any dog foods.
Mm-mm.
None. None of them out there. And, it's bad enough we can't trust our own food supply as far as human food supply.
Yeah, it's really true. And, there are lists of dog foods out there that people say you probably shouldn't use these. And the fact that they're even out there and they're still being sold, I don't know. Yeah, sad.
It is sad. There's certain brands which have been found to give heart disease to dogs. So to get the dogs through and to give them treats, because again, with treats, I was buying treats and then I was thinking, why am I buying treats? I don't trust these. There's certain things we wouldn't give them, like rawhides.
Right.
But when you start looking at like homemade dog cookies, and I'm looking at the label, first thing is, either sugar flour or flour sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I give them that? Because again, I wouldn't eat GMO wheat. So why would I give it to the dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Or refined sugar? I don't take in any refined sugars.
No, and our pets should be no different. If we're going to have reactions to things, so will they.
So like right now, I made food yesterday. You can see this bowl, there's 3 of these in the fridge. Now that'll last these 2, maybe 5 days, 4 days.
For 5 days tops.
Probably 4 days.
Yeah.
So I did make them a batch of these bars, just kind of whipped it together. I looked at, what I do is I just look at a couple recipes and then just do my own thing, just to get kind of a general idea. And so I'm going to share with you this version, which will be a little different than last version. So what do I have going? I'm actually going to put the oven on 350 as far as preheat. And right here is some flour. This is actually spelt flour. Spelt is an ancient grain. It's very nutritious. And again, this is organic. And I'm only using this because I have a bunch of it, and it's getting closer to the expiration date. So I got 4 cups in there of the spelt flower. What I'm going to end up doing is adding some whey protein to give them a boost. I'll give them like 4 scoops of whey protein. That's 100 grams of protein there. We're going to add a can of organic coconut milk to that for liquid. And then we're going to add some organic ginger for a little bit of flavor, and again, anti-inflammatory. Ginger is really good for you. Maca tastes like vanilla to me. Anyway, don't you think it tastes like
Good
vanilla?
stuff.
And maca is very, very potent. It's got a lot of good health benefits as well. And then we're going to add some turmeric, because we're adding turmeric everywhere we possibly could. Cindy makes her own turmeric capsules. We actually buy turmeric like 100 pounds at a time pretty much, because the guides have told us turmeric is going to be indispensable. It's, again, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory. It's just good for you all around. And now dogs need taurine, so we're going to add some taurine in there. If they can get it naturally in meat, but since this is not going to have any meat in it, it is going to have the whey protein. We're going to add the taurine in anyway. As they're growing young babies, and at 6 months old, they still got a way to go. I buy chia in bulk, and so we're going to add about half a cup of chia and half a cup of flaxseed, which is over there on the shelf.
Okay.
So, we're going to add those all in. And then I got 4 eggs going to add to the mix to try to hold it all together. And I'm going to hand the camera to my lovely assistant here.
Right. So, we've done this once before, and Sita loved it so much. She went on a protest last night, and she won't eat any of her food. She wants her cookies. She kept running out to the kitchen, pointing up where her cookies were. So she's very, very aware. I had no idea how Dobermans are so self-aware, and they're so in tune. I think if you have anxiety disorders, if you have fear, if you get real anxious, it seems like these guys can really sense it, and they'll just crawl right up on your lap if they can. They want to come and love on you, and they have a really strong desire to take care of you and make sure that you're okay. So yeah, as far as service animals for that, support animals, very, very good. Very good. And
so I never do 2 things the exact same way ever. That's just me.
And that's a half a cup thing right there.
Yeah, and that doesn't have to be. It's up to you. Again, I like to just, go with whatever feels right. Try, see if it works good. If it doesn't, then next time I'll do it a little differently.
This is our ginger, and what's that, a tablespoon, you think?
Yeah, about a tablespoon of ginger.
So, yeah. Okay, and then
The maca.
Maca, and I'm sorry I was talking in the flax. How much flax did you put in there?
Half a
cup?
Half a cup.
Okay, about that much maca.
Now, flax and chia, great fats, great omegas, a lot of fiber, really good for you too. And we'll add about a tablespoon of turmeric. And I'll put about a tablespoon of taurine.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add in some collagen, because again, they're young and they're growing.
Mm-hmm. I know, you wouldn't think they could grow much more, but they do. They just keep growing.
Yeah, and they're like a European-American mix.
Mm-hmm.
So European Dobermans are a little bit bigger, stockier overall.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're a little more protective, and the kind we chose the mix mostly because of the balance between the two. The regular Dobermans, American Dobermans, are really good when it comes to just being in a close family, but we wanted an element of protection there, and boy, we definitely got it. We don't worry anymore. And that's how many scoops of this protein?
4. I'm going to use 4. So we're going to throw in 100 grams of protein. Each egg has 8 grams of protein. There's some protein in, minor amounts in the flour. So this is going to be a protein-rich treat for them.
And we started off with, 4 cups of spelt, right? It was 4 cups. Okay.
4 cups of spelt, and then I'm going to add in probably about half a cup of peanut butter. Which is carbs, healthy fats.
Mm-hmm.
The oven is ready.
Now, so we got no coconut oil in this, right?
There's coconut oil in the pan right now.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, that looks delicious. You could probably make a cake for the kids. And they might not know too much, but there's really no sugar in this.
There's no sugar. I mean, but then we're used to not eating sugar, so that's kind of us. Everybody is different. It takes time to acclimate your taste buds sometimes to changes.
And as you acclimate, really, it does definitely get easier and easier and easier. When you eat those chocolates, they might be 80%, 70%. You can definitely move up and down with the percentages and get that really sweet taste that you might crave with regular chocolate. Because, yeah, I do still like my sugar, but I definitely go a lot healthier than I used to.
And I'm probably going to end up having to add some water in here, and it'll be filtered water.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a blender per se. We have a hand blender.
You got that nice hand mixer.
A hand mixer. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to end up adding some water into the mix. And again, this is just a work in progress for us. And the last batch came out, the dogs loved them.
Oh gosh, yeah.
They absolutely loved them.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to update it, and we're just going to kind of fix it for us and their tastes and what we need it for. And sometimes this is like a little snack between meals. They really still have a hard time going all night without food, so I'm the kind of, I will get up, I don't know, around 5:30 and give them a little snack, because otherwise their tummies get so empty they get sick. I feel bad. I try to feed them late, but they're really, gosh, these guys grow a lot. These are big kids.
Yeah, I was reading that, Dobermans are technically classified as a mid-sized dog. The European Dobermans run about 10 pounds or so heavier than American Dobermans. And I'm going to add some water to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, we're just using our spelt that we have a lot left over of, and we want to get that used up. So we're just being resourceful where we can, putting to use all those things so we're not being wasteful, and we're eating healthy, and our pups are eating healthy. So everybody has to adjust their house for them.
Absolutely. This stuff, we took a taste. Yeah, it was good.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
I mean, most people would probably say, "Oh, that's not sweet at all." But again, it's what your taste buds get acclimated to. Natural sugars are not so. They're subtle. They're more
the
subtle.
natural sugars are less invasive to the body too. If you're trying to go with herbal remedies, and if you're taking in a bunch of processed sugars, those sugars are going to take up all the space in the cell. So when your cells go to communicate and they trade information with one another, if they're full of that processed sugar, they're not going to be able to get the nutrients and the information they need to help heal you. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind with herbal remedies. it just won't work. And sometimes I really feel that the controllers understand that, and that's why there is so much processed sugar out there. So herbal remedies don't work.
Oh, absolutely. This is part of the system, and then we think, well, obviously with everything that's going on with the plague upon the land, cure to the plague upon the land, the excess deaths that are happening. Again, there's no mention about, well, why don't you boost your immune system?
Yeah.
Why don't you clean up your diet?
Mm-hmm.
Stop taking in simple sugars.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, here, try this prescription.
Drink this Ensure and try this.
Oh, yeah, and Ensure is all sugar.
Yes, it's pure sugar.
It's
we wouldn't give that to the pups.
No, I wouldn't give it to anybody.
No,
I wouldn't.
Especially someone who's having problems health-wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's a weak immune system, that's the last thing you want to be taking in.
So, yeah, boosting the immune system is imperative in these times.
And this goes for pets too. I mean, as much as you can. Every house has their limitations, but if you kind of sift through that, look at your limitations and just do what you can do. We're not all going to be the same. We're not created to all be the same. And in fact, we're created to work with each other and bounce stuff off of each other. It's part of creation, so.
Yeah, it's all about creation. We've talked about too how we are always kept so busy in this corporate world, just making ends meet, working so much that, you get a little bit of time here and there for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of time to either just relax or to be creative. But we're born to create. The individual soul is birthed to create in a unique way.
To get a really good sense of that is you want to look at your children and you want to look at your pets and your puppies, kittens, and your animals. They understand creation. They're exploring all day. They're figuring things out all day. Okay,
so now we're just going to basically pour it on in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I probably could have mixed it a hair better, but the kids won't know.
No, we're not telling the kids. I'm not going to tell the kids.
It'll come out fine, and these two eat like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of insatiable.
Yes.
I think that's the word. Rama especially.
Rama.
He can never get enough.
Yeah, I mean, Sita, she was going to ditch the homemade food for the cookies. She wants her cookies, and she really hasn't eaten much today because she's waiting for her cookies. So I'll have to do some work there because I know she can't live off cookies, but we'll figure it out.
And then what we'll do is we're going to end up putting a photo of the finished product up probably for a thumbnail.
Yeah.
But again, this is going to be 3 pounds, I would say, So when I was looking at a cookie bag, and you could spend $15 easy on some of these healthy homemade cookies, but they're not as healthy as this. They're not going to have maca in it. They're not going to have turmeric in it or ginger. They're not going to have grass-fed whey protein, grass-fed organic whey protein. And so they're going to have more simple sugars. They're just not going to be as good. And while this is probably not dirt cheap to make,
it's still cheaper.
It is. It's still cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. So we got to go with cheaper, and just do our best wherever we can. And if you guys have any good ideas for treats, what I'm ultimately looking to create is something that's more like a bar that they could chew on for a little while. But we're in our baby stages, so we're just going to keep adjusting this as we go. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And
all right.
Buying in bulk is so key. Again, I always buy the coconut oil in bulk to everything. where you can. And things are going up left and right. You know,
Yep.
they're going up so much that I'm really thankful that I had, you know, bought like 300 pounds of flour.
Yes.
And that's also why we are doing it. So as you can see, these guys, they're just chilling, and then we'll show you when they get to taste the end product. I think I just saw an orb go by.
It was something.
Yeah, I think I just saw an orb. Interesting. Well, we got a inexpensive digital camera we're going to try out when Cindy gets all the bugs.
When I get all the bugs worked out.
Yeah, and so again, we'll put the thumbnail will be the finished product, and we'll add some photos. As always, we hope you guys find it interesting. Much love, God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.
So we're going to share with you guys part 2 too, because we decided, you know, let's let you see the doggies and see if they enjoy these or not. So again, now I cooked them all together for 40 minutes. Originally I put them in for 30 minutes because the last time I did it, a little bit different mix, and they were done in 30 minutes. This time it took 40 minutes at 350, just so you know. 40 minutes at 350 in the oven. And here we see, eagerly awaiting. Hello again, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there.
So you can see, so patiently waiting
Yes.
for one of these.
Yes.
So this is what we got. This is the end product. These are our dog biscuit bread cookie thingies. Again, very, very healthy. These two just can't wait. Can't wait to get their paws on them.
Yeah, so we said we would do this part 2 so that we can get done so that they can have one. And she's ever so patiently waiting.
Okay, so Sita.
Good girl.
You gonna sit?
Oh,
That's
good
a
daddy.
girl. Okay, now here you go.
Sissy.
All right,
Okay.
Rama.
He's gonna
Okay.
do his trick.
Give him on paw. Rama sit. Rama sit. Rama
Yes,
paw.
Daddy, here.
Rama paw.
Good boy. Good boy.
Here you go.
There.
And then we're gonna have to
And-
sneak a little piece
Yeah,
of this for Sassy.
Here's Seth. Better go quick. Get it, Beth.
Okay.
Rama sit. Paw. Good boy. Sita. Girl. Rum. Sit. Sit, baby. Paw. Okay.
So yeah, as you can see, these two absolutely love these things. And again, they're so full of protein. Rama sit. Rama paw. Good boy, Ram. Ready? Here you go. And all sorts of good, healthy stuff. Here you go, Sheeta. So yeah, Sita's been waiting for this all day.
She has. Well, half the night too. Rum, sit. Paw. Good boy. Yeah.
And Sassy goes around just cleaning up things.
She's our little Hoover. Yep.
Good job, guys. So, as always, guys, thanks for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. We hope you guys found this interesting, informative, and again, super healthy for these guys. And they are family, and they're still growing kids.
Yes.
Much love. God bless, and namaste.
Namaste.
So we hope that you guys enjoyed that and got something from it. As always, yes, we want to thank our Patreons for your support. Also, those that are supporting on Ko-Fi. Do check out Medicinal Foods as well. Make sure you use coupon code EEA. It gives you a discount. Does support the channel as well. Lots of good stuff there to boost the immune system. And as always, we give you our love. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.